I am Lamarcia Lewis. Let's talk. Today is June the 21st, 2022. Happy Tuesday. It has been a while since we have did commentary and conversation, so we're here and we're going to get into it. What I want to talk about today, and let me also just go ahead and make this acknowledgement. We just celebrated Father's Day on Sunday. And this weekend, Juneteenth was very, very popular weekend for we, the American people, African Americans, blacks, people of color in the United States. President Biden has made it a federal holiday. Many employers gave yesterday off, Monday, which was the holiday, which where I work, I was blessed and fortunate enough to be off. But there are many that were not, like basically state workers. I live in the state of Mississippi, and our governor has not made Juneteenth a state holiday, although again it is a federal holiday under President Joseph Biden. But yet, it's I heard Lance Fuller, who is a DJ for 95.5 here in the Mississippi area and also in Memphis and all of that. I like how Lance said he's going to use his platform. He said, I got this platform, so therefore I'm going to use it. And that's what platforms are about. When God gives us the blessings and the opportunities to have a platform, we are to spread things that needs to be talked about that's not normally talked about, especially when it comes to we African Americans and people of color. Again, our current governor, which is Tate Reeves, has not made Juneteenth a state holiday. And yet, it's still there's a Confederate Memorial state holiday. So, like Lance said, just kind of let that sink in. Think about that. This past weekend, I was blessed and fortunate enough to be the MC at a Juneteenth event. It took place in Lee County, Carthage, Mississippi. It was the first. It was Friends of Matlock Park, a group of citizens and residents of the Carthage community, this town and city of Carthage, and people within that community came together to celebrate Juneteenth. It was a lot of information that was shared with us. It was just a blessed event, and I'm grateful. I'm part of Ladies of Mississippi, which is a non-profit organization that it was founded. Our president, executive president, and director is none other than Glenetta Durham, and so we ladies of a few of the ladies of Mississippi, leading ladies, were there to support that event. Again, it happened in Carthage, Mississippi, at Lee County, and it was just a blessed event. I know every time I listened to the radio, I was hearing various events that was going on. I know church in Jackson, Mississippi, New Rosin, theirs was a 3-day event from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They had a play. Again, just so many activities that was going on this past weekend to bring awareness of Juneteenth. It was 2 years prior that slavery had supposedly ended, abolished, but it wasn't until 2 years later that people in Galveston, Texas, citizens, black slaves, were still working for free to their masters. And once that report came that we are free, and now it's being celebrated more than what I've heard a lot of people say, well, many African Americans knew about this for quite some time. I don't think that is true. I don't think that is a true valid statement, because me myself, within recent years, like I would say even probably last year to now, I learned about Juneteenth and what it really represents. So to say blacks and African Americans were aware of this years and years prior, I don't necessarily agree with that. This needs to be taught in our public schools, and we know that it isn't. Also, I think I heard Sonny Hostin mention on The View they allegedly want to talk about CRT, which is not being taught in any classroom. That's from pre-K, kindergarten, 1st through 12th grades. CRT is a critical race theory that is taught to law students. You have to be a college student going to school to be studying to be an attorney, going to school to earn a law degree to be taught CRT. But that has been the propaganda, the talking points of the Republicans, CRT, critical race theory. But yet, why don't they want critical race theory? Why don't we hear things about Juneteenth being taught in our public schools? Because they don't want what has happened in this country to be talked about. to be knowledgeable for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. They want to keep it safe because they're trying to continue to oppress us. That's why so many states are going through the channels that they're going through to try and change so many voting laws, because they're not pleased at the outcome where Joseph Biden won. The Democratic Party, Joseph Biden and Kamala Harris won over the former guy, twice impeached, one-term president who incited an insurrection, actually attempted a coup on our democracy. We're hearing from the January 6th committee. My thing is, where would this go? We know this should be criminal. One, because people died on that day. Police officers died on that day. Many people, police officers, members of Congress, anyone maybe just there, the tourists and things like that, and maybe even some of the insurrection themselves, you would be forever affected by this, because people lost their lives and people have since taken their lives. People have been seriously injured for the rest of their lives because, again, the twice impeached, one-term former guy, 45, went through so many measures of trying to overthrow the government, overthrow our democracy, an attempted coup, incited an insurrection, all because he refused to accept he lost, and he has that big lie that continues to be in the atmosphere for the GOP, Republican parties, and things like that. But again, I'm LaMarsha Lewis. Just wanted to come on and give some recognition. As you can see, I got my Juneteenth colors on. I have a bracelet as well. I just wanted to play homage to me, one, being an African American woman, and to our culture, to try to help spread awareness and to know we've come a long way, as I said on Saturday, but yet there's so much more we gotta go. And I also think this is very crucial to mention too. All of us are not for us. When I say all of us, I mean people of color. There's that old term known as the Uncle Tom, meaning they suck up to the white man. They still want to be the yassa and the, and all of that. We are not slaves anymore. Our ancestors died for our freedom. They gave their lives. We are our ancestors' generation, but we are not our ancestors. We are not going back, and we are free. I'm LaMarsha Lewis. Let's talk.